What's going on, YouTube? So this is Snake 1981. It's been a while, so I apologize for the long delay in time frame, but I got another unboxing today and see what you guys think of this. So this is an oldie but goodie that I'm about to do. Set up pause down so I can get the box on the table. Alright, so I'm back, and the side of the box says 8550. Well, here's my 360, so you might know what this is, but we're going to unbox it, and I'm not going to say what it is. So I'm going to be that guy, and I'm not going to tell you what it is until I open it up. So here we go. Let's get into it. So yeah, it's been a while. Some people have been posting on my wall wanting to see my car, because I have a Mustang. I haven't had time to really post anything. I had a cutout video that I was going to do for exhaust cutouts and a couple other things, but it just fell through. They ended up not doing what I wanted them to do, so just stay patient. You'll see my car eventually. I'll make a promise to that. I'm gonna make another video too of this, but so I don't know if you guys have been following me or not, but I've got an Xbox One Elite controller I've been doing a review on way back from last year, 2017, and people want to know what I thought of it, and I'm gonna make another video of this too. But yeah, it's been holding up well, but I don't play it every day, so but I bought it back in 2017, but I apologize for not being able to get the time to get the videos out that I wanted to do, because I made a promise I was going to do an update on it and everything. I just haven't had the opportunity. Yeah. Kind of doing a box within a box here, so just a second, put the knife down. So let's see if I can get this. I'm trying to cutting up a box here and trying to see if I can get these flaps open so you guys see what it is. Nope. It's gonna come eventually. So this won't be a review, this is just gonna be an unboxing, because there's plenty of them to review this. Of what this is. There's plenty to review it on the internet when you see it. So it's not a real big deal, but it's just something I've always wanted. And let's just say for 2018, they're, I wouldn't say super hard to get, but they're getting to be. Let's just say they don't make things like they used to anymore. Just like cars or anything else, sometimes you gotta go backwards if you want to get something good. Especially when it's something that they don't make like they used to. Try this again. Jeez, they put this heavy duty packing tape on it, and it's just really a chore to get it open. Alright, so without further ado, put the phone down again. I feel like the third time of that, sorry. Thank God, thank Christ. Alright, so as you can see, it's going to be a Pro Series kit, #1 by design. Okay. Let's see if I can slide this off. got this sleeve. This now out of the way. 360 sleeve. This bad boy. So I bought this. I'm, like I said, not going to do I'm doing an unboxing. I'm not doing a review. So there's plenty of them on there if you want to see the review and everything of it, because I have to build it. But it's a kit. I'm going to do I wanted a 600X really bad, and I can't get them. And the ones that I can get are all used, and they say they're new when they're not. So, long story short, I'm going to go ahead and make this into a 600X clone. So you want to stay tuned with that, and I'll see how it all goes when I go putting it together. I'm going to take a pause for a minute, get the box open, and I'll start showing you the contents. Okay, so now I bought this one as a new unit that's been opened for contents only, to see what's in it. This was an eBay purchase, so you gotta be very, very selective when you're buying these on eBay. But oh wow, the guy gave me a bonus for a surprise. Cool. There are some cool people out there. So, seller, if you see this, thank you very much. It's really cool of you. He probably saw my videos, so it's all good. I gave him a heads up of where I'm from. So, in case you guys don't know how this is going to work, so you're going to have your canopy, main stuff in here. For the canopy work, I'm going to open it up in a minute. You're going to have your tail linkages and your tail rods and your boom, everything in this long one. This one here would have like your bead stacks and stuff in here, but this is just a kit stripped. It's going to have a motor, probably in this one right here, and your basics. So let's just take a look real quick and I'll show you everything that's in here. And they have the contents laid out of what's actually in the box as a silhouette. So, frames. In case if you guys don't know, I'm going to talk while I show you this, but in case you guys don't know, the frames for this is the same as a 600 and a 700. The frames, the frame plates. So they share a lot of the same parts in general. So I'm going to go ahead and start taking these boxes out. It's pretty cool that, like I said, there's some cool people out in the world. You gotta get with them, talk with them, and they'll do you right. Put this one down here. And we got this little guy right here. So we're gonna have 3 box cases. The main box down here. I'm gonna start with probably the simpler one. Probably gonna go with the tail and work my way in. You guys can do all this jazz however you want to. I'm just gonna go through it real quick just to see like what's all in here, which I pretty much know already. There's 1,000 of these things on YouTube. I'm just doing mine just so I can say, hey, I did mine too. Okay, so I'm gonna shake the box. Let's see if I can get these little flaps to shake and drop. There it goes. So I've got linkages, just like I figured. Linkages. Got the good stuff. Plus the guy kind of figured too, and I actually told him I'm doing a 600X clone. The guy knew he wasn't dealing with a boob that didn't know what he was doing with it. The last guy, I guess he has more than one of these, and the last guy that made a purchase was a complete boob, didn't know what he was doing with it, and wiped it once, and then he ended up fixing it and selling it. I'm not that kind of person. So that's box 1. So if you guys are running along box 1, done. Sorry to jump ahead. Here's box 2. So all the basics. So we got all this. Peel that out. Got the BEC, standalone BEC, the 550X motor, which is pretty extravagant motor, but I'm going to probably end up putting the 700 in it. which is the 2700 motor. If I'm right on that or wrong, whatever, but whatever the 700X is, I'm doing all 700, or sorry, 600X stuff, which basically has 700X motor. I don't know if the head and the tail rotor are the same. I'm sure they are, but I don't know if the 550 shares that or not, but I'm going to make it all nice and stable. Last box. And like I said, I was originally buying this kit, and I told him I bought this because I wanted originally a 600X real bad, and I couldn't get what I wanted. So there's one guy on there, I made a posting on eBay, and he's got it on there right now, but it's been flown and it's been tinkered with, and it says it's new when I know it's not, so it's all good. So this is as of March, we on the 12th, so it's cool, 2018, and here we go, last box. So this is the big one. Okay, got the manual, which usually goes on the outside of the stuff, but that's fine. Like I said, the guy reviewed everything, made sure everything was good. Canopy, which is a freaking retarded, ridiculous canopy. It's ridiculous. It's, like everybody says, it's huge. It's all the parts in there. Let's take some parts out of this and see what's in here. All the workings for more stuff. Tray, frame stuff. That's baggy T1. In the canopy there, got the skids, which are very, very strong from what people tell me. And like I said, my 360's got the baby versions of those, and they're pretty solid. So everything on my 360 pretty much is evolved from this kind of helicopter here, and others too. Like the 270 evolved from my 360, but yep, it's pretty good. Got all the bags here, got the big stuff, blade holder, lube, strap downs. That's gonna be E2, H3. Wow, that's a heavy bag. This thing's gotta weigh at least, if I had to guess this is weighing at least 3 pounds. It's a 3-pound bag. This has got some hefty sledge to it. H3, that is a retarded huge swash. So I think they share the same all the way around. That is a huge ass swash. So that might have the same as the 700 and the 6. T3, which will be the fin bag, hardware, stabilizer, boom fin. M1 main gear, or M1 main, it's the mains. Probably the pinions in there too. Let's see the pinions in there real quick. Probably not, it's probably with the motor. Yeah, it's with the motor bags on the box I just did when I opened up the other box. Here's the, I don't know what bag we're on. Okay, we got multiple bags. So we got E1, F3, F6, and F4. So more frame plate supports and frame hardware. And then we got the last. So the frame plates 1 and 2 are together. Battery tray, which I'll probably do the swap on that and get the dual, so I can run dual batteries. And T4, T2. And is this thing carbon fiber? No, it is not. They have a mod for this for carbon fiber if you want to mod your battery plate for carbon fiber or aluminum. I'm not a fan of aluminum too much because aluminum, it's already got aluminum as it is with the CNC crap all in it. So, and man, those frames, those skids, man, those things are just ballistically strong. Some people don't like the aligned ones too, so it's either way. So yeah, not a big deal. It's just a little light unboxing, just kind of going through everything. So then I got T8 rods just to touch on all the bags. T7, which will be your tail boom and torque tube stuff. And like I said, my pinion and everything's going to be in this box right here. There's the BEC standalone, separate, and then the motor. And then you've got, with the motor box, you got the plugs and the dealio stuff to hook it up. The box is pretty cool. Everything looks nice. Like I said, the buyer actually hooked me up with a little bit more of an incentive there with the envelope. So there's cool people out there. You just gotta get with them. Like I said, I decided to go with the 360 first. Come off micro stuff, 360 it. Went for my 360 in 2016. Had that for a year. Jumped into the 550 because I just got a deal on it. Seller had it for 250. Offered him 275. What a steal. But it doesn't come with a lot of the stuff. Now you notice it didn't come with a beast X. I'm gonna turn you around. So this box here would have your beast X, and this gap right here you have your beast X, and you would have your speed controller and stuff in there. It's not in the servos. It doesn't have all that. That would be the Pro. I think the Pro Plus or Pro Ultimate, whatever it is. But I don't need all that. I decided to go with one last thing. You're gonna take a walk with me real quick to complete this wrap up. And I got one more toy for it. Now, I haven't got a Beast X for it yet, because I got a Beast X on my 360, which the Beast X is, in case you don't know, is that little guy right there. It's the receiver gyro. And that little sucker is nice. I'm going to be putting on this mod that I was going to go with BK or Madman Burt Hammer servos. I decided to go with these, and I got a deal on them. So I paid a little less than the sticker price for these and got these. So what these are, in case you don't know what these are I think from Germany. They're Servos. A lot of guys run these in trucks. Well, I thought these were just truck servos. Well, these are actually for airplanes and for helicopters too. But these specifically, people are using these for the 550 up to the 700 size. So you can get away with these if you want to do that. And here's the number if you want to reference it. 290, if I'm reading that right. Yeah, 290 Metal Gear. And that's real important, because this right here is for your tail only. They call it gyro, but that's your tail. And then that's your sped up one. The last one, just gonna get this in the light so you can see it. 1258 titanium gear. Now, the difference is here's a slower servo. It still reacts very quickly, but it doesn't put out the punch that this puts out, because your tail needs more than your mains. So your mains are going to be your 3, and then your high output servo always needs to be on the tail. This one here puts out almost it's 90 over, what was it again? It's a 58 over a 90. So a 1258 and a 1290. It doesn't make a big difference, but it does. So some people don't think it doesn't make a big difference. You can just run the same all the way around. You can, but your tail's not going to run better than the rest of the servos. You need to have a high output servo for that. If you don't buy a servo that's rated for your tail, it'll work, but it's not going to work very well. I don't know if you're going to be able to get it off the ground, because you got to have a high output servo, and that tail rotor calls for a lot of power, because it's spinning twice as fast as your mains or your main head, with your main servos. Your main servos are probably not going to be able to put out what this little guy can put out already. So that's why you got to have a stronger servo in it than the back, and you want the reaction time. You want a very quick, snappy reaction time for that tail, for the tail rotor. So that's pretty much everything else. So please rate, comment, subscribe. That's my unboxing today of my 550X. So yeah, I gotta get a Beast X now for it. I'll turn you around. I gotta get a Beast X I got to get if I want to do a motor swap, of course I got to do the motor because that's got the 550X motor. And like I said, I'm going to eventually end up stretching it and putting it into the 600X. I'm going to do a 600X clone. So that's what I'm planning on doing with it. A lot of guys said if you got a 550 and you're looking to venture into more, or you want a 600X and can't get it, get a 550. All three of those share the same frame plates, and just do a few mods to it and you're good. So yeah, I gotta get the Beast X and a speed controller for it. I'm down to either the Talon 120 with a fan, or I'm gonna go with the 160 Castle with a fan, which was gonna be the HVF, which is high voltage fan. The 160 has a little more headroom, a little more wiggle room for power, so we'll see how the output is on that. Not to say that the 120 Talon's not good, it just don't have as much off the takeoff, but I'm going to be packing a hell of a wallop in this helicopter, so it's going to be pretty sweet. And plus the size of the speed controller does make a difference in how it sounds when it boots up and you spool it, so a lot to take into consideration when you're checking out speed controllers. But I'm just down to a speed controller and a Beast X. Everything else is good. Everything else is ready to go. To do the clone, I have to do the hardware to me, flip you back around, the hardware to me looks pretty good. Like, that's substantial for a 700X. So I'm guessing it's the same thing all the way around, 700X stuff. If it's not, I might just jump it into a little bit heavier or heftier setup than that. But I have to do a motor swap out the motor, which is over here, swap that motor out for the big 700X, and do a tail stretch on it. Stretch out the tail, and that would put that to about, well, here's the glass table. It'll be about half the size of the glass table, so it's going to be coming to right about the start of my canopy right here. Just about. So where my hand is, between the bag here and the box to the front of the glass table there, so that's, yeah, probably about to here, more or less. So like from here, my hand is, this one I'll pull back a little bit so you can see that, but yeah, it's gonna be a lot of helicopter. And 550 comes to about somewhere in here. So it's still a hefty wallop. But all right, so I got a mess to clean up and start unbagging stuff. But yeah, so tell me what you guys thought. Like I said, there's many a video of this on YouTube, so I'm not going to go into detail as to how to build it and what to do. Everybody can build these things, the way they want. That's why you buy the kit. I'm going to build it the way it's spec'd for, and then I'm going to go with the clone. I'm going to clone it. So one last pass. So frames, battery tray, hardware, it's tail stuff. That's the main stuff right there. That's the frame stuff. That's the frame bag. Okay, I'm gonna open this one up because I didn't really open this one up too much. There we go. That is a hefty swash, but that is hefty. This one bag in my hands like 3 pounds. In case you guys came in the middle of this, just back up the video and see it over again if you like. I'll do a video after it's all built and put together. If you want to know how to build one of these, I'll tell you right now. That's why I'm not going to do it. There's a guy, it's FPV Zoom, and the guy is amazing. If you look up how to build with this, the guy goes into detail as to how to build this. He builds this one, and I believe a 700X. That's who I'm going to use if I get into a jam and need to figure something out. But it just takes up too much time I don't have anybody holding a phone or a camera while I do it. It's a lot of back and forth, and he has a tripod and can lay it on a table and all that other fun crap. So um, this is a very, very limited helicopter now because of 2018. It came out in like 2012 for special people, and then 2013 is when it kind of blew up. You know, and everybody kind of just wanted to go nuts with it and wanted this. Um, some things are hard to find, so the hard to find stuff will be these right here, the mains. Those are going to be, I wouldn't say super hard to find, but they're not easy. That's another eBay find if you can find them. Tail blades, another one, a little tricky if you want the revolutions anyway. The hardest thing out of this whole thing to find, besides the helicopter itself in the condition I have mine in, is going to be these right here. It's the next hardest thing to find. The parts are easy. They're still around on eBay. They're still around on Amazon. They're still around. Horizon's got a few things left, but yeah, the hardest thing that's going to be able to find, and there's plenty of canopies too. The hardest thing really to find out of this whole kit is going to be these. These are going to be hit or miss. They're always up and down and trying to find some. None of the sites are going to have you have to go on eBay or Amazon to get them. And then there's this kit itself, alone by itself, that's been not put together, is going to be impossible. I mean, you got to really have patience and just wait it out until you can get one. That's what I did. So yeah, I'm going to clone it. It's going to be nice. It's going to fly way more stable than my 360. My 360 is stable, but it's not this stable. It's going to be a floaty, auto-rotating monster. Okay, so that's my unboxing of that. And I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next one. Have a good one.